What is up, guys? My name is Travis. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are starting another bike build. We have my 2015 Honda CRF450R. Now, this used to be a Jeff Walker race bike. Actually, we still have the MX Sports tech sticker on here, so that was some somewhat exciting news. And I've actually talked to Jeff about this bike, and he said it was an absolute monster, which it is. And wasn't what I was trying to buy when I bought it. But anyway, I did not buy this specifically from Jeff. I actually bought it from the next guy that had it. So this is like Jeff Walker's bike twice removed. But it is still Jeff Walker's bike. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, let's kind of go over what has been happening with this bike and why we're going through a rebuild with it. This bike that we are trying to fix that are the big major problems here of this bike. Number one, this motor here. This motor decided this year it was going to start making noise. When it started making noise, I still rode it. Contrary to everyone's popular belief and everyone telling me that, you probably shouldn't ride it, I still rode it to the point that it started making a little too much noise for my liking. So, I parked it. Second thing with this bike would be the suspension here. Now, this suspension was set up for riders who are multiple times faster than me, so it works. All suspension pretty much works, but it's not exactly how I like it. I have rode and had suspension built specifically for me and my riding style and my riding capabilities. This is not that, so that has to be fixed too. Few other things that we are going to do to this bike. Number one, this frame needs to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned it in the 2 years since I've owned it. Now, granted, I haven't really rode it that much. I think it's maybe been ridden a dozen times. I think I've put maybe 10 hours on this bike in 2 years. So as you can tell, I haven't been riding a lot in the last 2 years. We're also going to do a couple of powder coating things. So number one, these radiator braces, they are just the stock aluminum color. We are going to get those things blasted up, coated up, subframe, same way. We're going to do that in black. We are going to, I think, freshen up the wheels. I haven't really decided yet on that, but I think that's what we're going to do, is freshen up the wheels. As you can see here, these wheels are, well, they're Dirt Star hoops with stock hubs, and they don't look terrible, but they don't look great. So basically, we're going to stay with the black hoops. I'm going to probably do some sort of awesome red color on the hubs. We're going to probably stick with the stock looking spokes, but I haven't really researched that, but just trying to give you guys an idea of where we're going to go with this project. Outside of that, we're going to do a lot of cleaning. The motor's going off to a place called DBC Racing. They specialize and they do a lot of 450 like quad motors. I'm friends with the guy. I do a lot of coating for the guy. So he is going to take the motor and he is going to take it down and just fix it. The suspension is going back to factory connection. So that's going to be a thing. We're going to get new plastics for it. We're going to, like I said, we're just going to freshen everything up. So if I find bearings that I don't think are in great shape, we're going to replace those. We're going to wash everything. We're going to scrub everything. We're going to degrease everything. We got some Cerakote for some of the parts. We're going to do some vapor blasting because we just acquired a vapor blaster for the shop. So we're going to do some vapor blasting on parts to make them come out better. Basically, this is a cleanup project. This isn't really it's a full-blown rebuild, but it's not a full-blown rebuild, if you know what I'm saying. It's basically just a fix what's here kind of thing. No big special goodies. We're going to swap out bars to the bend I really like. Basic, easy stuff. Today, we're going to tear this bike down. I've had this bike sitting around like this the last time I rode it to make sure I didn't ride it anymore because of the noises it was making. I took all of the plastics off it, made it a nice naked bike here. And so when we did that, it's basically been sitting like this for now like 2-3 months. What's it, December? Yeah, so like 3 months. It's totally fine. Anyway, so today we're gonna get this thing all taken apart. We've got all of our bags and Sharpies here on our table, so that way we can label where all the bolts come out of and where they go back into. 3, 2, 1, cue a time lapse. Off we go. Bike teardown. Okay, so mid teardown update here. We have gotten a lot of this done actually. If you watch through that, which if you made it to this point in the video, I'm sure you did. So gas tank's off, electrical is all out, rear shock off, subframe off, airbox off, front brakes are off, all the controls are off. We just have the handlebars left on here. We did break one thing here. I wasn't really sure. This is my first fuel injected bike I'm tearing apart. So we did break, as you can see here. Let's put this on the ground here. Right here. Ah, come on, focus. Come on, come on. Great autofocus. So we did break off. Screw it, you can't see it. The top to the injector, we did break that off, or whatever goes on top of the injector. I'm not really sure what it is. Again, first fuel injected bike I've ever torn apart. I was trying to get the fuel line off for the fuel tank. I took the bracket off, was pulling on it, and all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, snap. So no big deal, we'll replace that. I'm sure it's probably cheap, like $200 part, but whatever, we will figure that out. Anyway, middle of the day here, I need some lunch. When I come back, head pipe, rear brakes, and I think we're about ready to pull this motor out. So we got the rest of it here. So it'll be like half a second for you guys, and we'll get right back into it. But for me, it's gonna be like 30 minutes because I'm gonna go have lunch. So anyway, bing, bang, boom, here we go, back to the teardown. All right, so as you saw there in the video, we now have the entire bike taken apart, basically down to the frame here on the stand. So we still have some minor little things here and there to take apart in some of these subsections, but we will cover that in videos as we do it. First video will be probably cleaning up this frame. Suspension, like I said, has to go out. Motor has to be packed up. So as you can see, we have all this stuff. I'm gonna go through it all, sort it all out, bag everything that I haven't bagged already, get everything in tubs so that we don't have this crazy mess here just hanging out. This isn't a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But anyway, so I'm gonna get that all done here and get everything ready. So that way, like I said, first things are gonna be like cleaning up the frame. We're gonna coat the triple clamps. We're gonna send the suspension out. So we got lots to do, but we'll take it just one step at a time. But at least I got the first step done, which was getting the bike torn down so I can get the stuff sent out to get it rebuilt that needs to be, aka suspension and motor. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Make sure to follow the whole build video. We're gonna get this bike out in, excuse me. We're gonna get this bike out in the spring. We're gonna rip it. We're gonna do comparison videos compared to my new 21 Yamaha YZ250 and see which bike I'm better on. So thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment down below. We'll see everybody on the next one.